Rogers Elementary School. The midnight breeze entangles itself between the strings of the $5 hoodie from Kmart. The unlaced and ripped up Jordans and the clenched fists and wired teeth. Keep your head down. Keep walking. Don't say nothing. In a white neighborhood with a hoodie on and some Jordans. Keep your head down. Keep walking. Don't say anything that can be used against you. The force kicks pebbles provocatively, promising the precipitation of pops, populating bullets through stomach like knots. In a world where racism is as certain of the rising sun, someone stopped abruptly from deceased screams, summoning all sureness that racial bias is not new. Racial bias, like racial theory, taught to anti-Semitists, aesthetics to keep our heads in the clouds, but our legs tied to the ground so we can't progress. Even then, we would be oppressed to speak nothing of what we've witnessed, because the force has no boundaries. Bountiful, brazen barbarians brutally banging us with belligerence, and they say, we're uppity, as if their smug smirks go unnoticed, benign like breezes in summertime, waterfalls clotting and stopping so they don't sense our weakness. But where did the streets go when Ferguson erupted in rage? Not because they are black, but because they've been stretched to the limit like elastic, busting at the seams and being torn apart like the American flags. Not because they don't know their place or their face or the color of their race or the reason that they feel this way, but because the force has caused this. This is no attack. This is karma catching up and caressing the carcasses of callous young children murdered ruthlessly, left in the street for hours like lilacs lazily swaying, and they say the force is particularly racist. It's because our situations have been classified with no statements portraying us to be slaying our own people. And when you're born a minority, there are automatic limitations put in place to favor the same kids, just different in pigmentation, as if the force was purity and color were vulgarization. So simplified, this is a Holocaust, and you can deny that with every declaration of independence, dependent on separation from blank faces, calling on people congregations as if we're all the same. It's not true. Never was and never will be. Racism is as prominent today as it was in the 50s. Segregation negates all the patience necessary to keep things going at the same pace. They are strapping our legs behind our backs, gagging us and force-feeding us sedatives so we can't see what's going on. That force is blowing strong and we see who's going along with it, so we practice pushing dime bags to rugrats, hoping they'll bust slugs back at those tough cats. We sell blunts to children, hoping they can accomplish our missions for us. But this continuous cycle of procrastination only corroborates our laziness, saying as to we'd rather sell drugs than get an education, rather shoot rival gang members than shoot hoops in a stadium, rather make mixtapes than make it in life. But let's not forget where the finger of blame is being pointed here. So don't you ever try to simplify and say racism isn't alive, because you are only adding to the propane that makes it erupt in flames. You are only adding to the Rogaine that makes it grow back every time, only adding to the fact that this force can never truly be killed. So don't let the meaning of this poem be misconstrued. For concluding, this is showing the fact that this is true. If this is you, don't take it personally. Just don't exclude that racism is ongoing. So I'll end this with, to be continued.